Definitely, we're heading into our guest of the day, where today we are going to be analyzing the situation in terms of the Celebrity Friday, where we discuss more we take an insight into the celebrity world just to check out and see what business is in there. And today's topic, we're discussing business in the gospel music and also an insight in general in regards to the music industry in Uganda. But with me in studio, I have President Lanek, the president of Gospel Artists in Uganda. Azze tumekubi tuogera ku nsonga ya gospel ne state wedi. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Banange. I'm so humbled to be here with you.
Okay.
Yes.
How far have you been? How is everything, by the way?
We are so excited because Bagudo wa Makanisa. Omkulembeze, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, on his last address, ya sharing nti munangi. Abantu ebibiri mukolechi mukungane. Yes, which is great because now the gospel artists can be able to sing or to minister to the people. Yes.
And what impact?
Chanjawulo mukoku chaba Misiri.
Okay.
Yes, because era nagambye balokoke baje mu choir. Yes, imagine choir ngerimu Fikfameka. Ngerimu Jose Chameleon.
Yes. Chameleon ayingidde asazeewo kuyimba gospel.
Yes, because Ebivulu, Amabala, and everywhere they could have, sung Wali still under lockdown. Yes.
So let us actually digest. How do you come up ofukocha kati president wa gospel?
Nalondebwa, there was an entity called Federation of Gospel Artists Uganda. So I was voted in unopposed. But then, as we continued the journey, I felt too much opposition. So I decided to resign from the federation and then birth a new entity.
Okay.
Yes, which is Gospel Music Revival. It's an association and it's under UMAS.
Okay.
Yes, the Uganda Musician Association. Yes.
And how far has it been for you with your new association?
Yeah, it's been moving fast. President Lanek Zivuchenina, I never want to be a part of Echintu Chona Echidi slow. Moving at a tortoise level and Jagalanyebi into be moving fast because Omani, we only have one life to live. We have 9 lives. What's together? Yes. So for me, I was like, okay, I need something that is moving at a high speed. And yes, we're moving at a high speed. We already have thousands of artists that are registered. Actually, it's the biggest association in the gospel music industry.
Because now the name is quite bigger, actually.
Yes, Rachinjita Mindustry. Mindustry is joining two words together. Yes, so it is ministry and the industry.
Because it is always
combining. Yes.
Okay. So first take us by the through your journey of church. Omuntu okuyingira gospel.
Yes.
Tekiva onti ngawo nogamba mwana yakende natugamba kati nze manyo yima feelinga nsobola okuba rap.
Yes, nalokoka nali secular artist nga nyimba with the Amarula family. That was back in the day into your karaoke. So one Sunday evening nali ntambula nga mpitawo emengo. Kati mukuyita emengo nempulira abantu nga balekana. Hallelujah! Amen! Nembuuza mukwano gwange kiki ekiri awo. Nagamba abo balokole. But endiru zaali z'amaanyi ne zinluwaringa okugendayo. Ne mugamba manchi tugendayo dakika 2. Then tujja kweyongerayo. Bwe natuukawo nalokoka because twasanga Liberty yalina power in music. Bainanga choir yali over 40 people nga bazina Zulu, South African kind of music nga it's very attractive to watch kati awe nalokokera.
Yes. Well, because now for you again oyingiranga incident until you're already in the music
nga already in the industry ya music era bwe nalokoka couple of months later na nefuko omuyimbi wa gospel nitandika okuyimba makanisa genjawulo.
President Lanek wenjagala kutekera before COVID, gundi ya fe industry ya gospel yali eridawa. Where was it?
Gospel music sija gamba nti ebadde tekula. Ebadde kula because tulina abayimbi abakatinze through abayimbi nga George Okudi We Paul Lubanga. Yes, Ali, Boston, Massachusetts, United States of America. Not sure what he's up to, but he left when he was a pastor. Yeah, so I'm sure he's doing something there. And then Twina Judith Babidie, yes, Suvena Nange, Wilson Mugembe, yes, Komaweka, Sitakolin, and then other artists like Betty Namaganda, Nalinta Ambulamuko. So it's been a journey. So I will say it's been growing. But the challenge we have today, it is we the gospel artists ourselves that are trying to put our industry down. So I'm speaking to every gospel artist and it is high time we rise up, join hands together and lift this thing up to another level to benefit not only the top artists. When I talk of top artists, names that you've heard of, Justin Nabosa, Herbert Twina, Awandunga Levikson, Avantunga, Pastor Wilson Mugembe, Daniel Busula, and many others. But our industry is big. It's big. Twina amakanisa manje. Buli kanisa eina omuyimbi wa gospel ali recording. If not, the pastor is. If not the pastor, then the wife of Pastor late Semfuma. If not, then their children are the gospel artists. So the industry is wide.
Let's even talk about the business first.
Yes.
From the church's perspective. Normally when omuyimbi agendo yimba gospel, instead of singer nasalawo atanko recording. Picture chije bamulabiramu.
Challenge ebaddewo is ekanisa, okay, n'abasumba baffe bacontributing nze nnyo ku gospel music obutayimuka. Tuina media houses ez'abasumba. Tuina amakanisa that could be used as album launch grounds or concert grounds.
Secular.
Because Edda nabadde njogera ne Betty Namaganda nangamba la nek jukira omusumba Serwadda bwe yatugamba nti mulete CD zonna ez'abamisirize mulina mu nyumba ne bazimenya. Obotegera nga omulokole olinawuliriza ne bobera mu motoka yo ne bobera mu nyumba olinawuliriza gospel music. But today things are trying to change, be urbanizing, compromising. So I believe that has to change. But now going back to Chidi, omuyimbi wa gospel wategeka concert mu church. First of all, challenge ebaddewo is omusumba yennyini amusaba sente z'ekifo.
Nti
ogenda kosa chachi yange na ile etayo akasente akavenue then ogenda kozesa ebyuma abebyuma nabo balabe mu obokitegera amasanyalazi sasula yoko akatonotono, so you end up paying for a church wowerereza obokitegera. Then tekikomyoko pastor service najimala sawa mwenda nga concert yabadde yakutandika sawa 8. Olo amafuta gazze mangi omwoyo ase no sanganga pastor service ajitote paka saa 10. Or when are the people going to go back home? Then they come back for your concert again. So that's why concerts as singers bade makanisa tubade tuyimbira butebe even to the top artists. That's why by shifting bivulu katika twale wabweru la bonita simanyi cricket over. You know, yes. So and then baba there were challenges nti omuyimbi wa gospel baba ategese ekintu ekyamanyi mu kibuga ate n'amakanisa galanga kolo lwe basiga abantu amafuta ku bigere katonda n'alabika mu ngeri y'amaanyi ne wekananga all the churches are keeping their people
and leaving the gospel artists alone.
That is the main challenge. Kakati many gospel artists fear to speak out. Obokitegera baka musumba wafana atulaba atya omusumba badampa yakawoga katonotono nakafuna atya. But for me like ndi neutral kintu kubaona wachiri a spade is a spade not a big spoon.
And that is where I wanted to understand manikati pastor chokera dala pastor wanalaba ngotegese chivulu mu let's say Lugogo cricket over ajaga makati ono mwana agenze mu secular world.
Yes, but there are challenges ezo but then these artists also need to survive. At your place of assignment is where your provision has to come from. Like you, my brother, you are working with Smart 24 TV. Your provision has to come from here. not anywhere else.
Because that is the calling now.
You're doing research and doing all these things. No muyimbi wa gospel wechiri. Nti mu gospel music way mwaino kufuna. Because mwasiga are releasing a CDs, akola videos, chichi. Bana bandi tubaniriza okuyimba makanisa nitwalwa ya the basa ya the lady. But Jukira, our pastors collect the tithe, they collect the offering. Literally, this money is not going to heaven. This money is going to the bank account of the church or of the pastor. So we need these pastors, even banabakubibe nanga muchachi, abakubibe yuma, omusumba yandigambye nti mu bantu 10 benina mu kanisa bonanga bawaddeyo kanfuneyo abantu basatu nga sente ze bawaayo zigenda to the music ministry.
Kubanga mulimu abayimbi mulimu
exactly omuyimbi nafunayo emitwalo 2 buli service obokitegera n'amaliriza nga service 5 zayimbye gye mitwalo 10, then they will pay rent, then they will provide for their families.
Because it is a ministry and you're taking it out of heart.
Exactly. So it is the ministry part and then the industry part combined together. Yes. We want our gospel artists to reach the level Eyaba Don Moen, Eyaba Kirk Franklin, Eyaba Sinach, Eyaba Sissy Winans, or what's Eyaba Ada. This whole thing is profitable even to them. Tubate tuvude kumolama ogwokubulira enjiri. Exactly.
We are here still digesting with President Lanek atunyonyola business eri mu gospel industry. You know, it is very funny in most cases. Back in the day, gospel twamulabanga, one of the bigger challenges I realized with gospel Jeddah nga bantu tumanyi nti gospel omuyimbi wa gospel inayimba akayimbako kateke ku TV kamoyo katambulirawo naye kati of late because of the transition generation abaana bayimba abaana bamala oyimba ne bakuba n'ebivulu. And you were mentioning about the other challenge of the industry. Abana, like the musicians themselves are fighting or they're having crisis. Which type of crisis is that?
Crisis is from the perspective of the doctrine. Doctrine etia tuina banabi bobulimba. Then tuina arasumba aratufu. Despite the fact that the Bible tells us nti kunsite kuli mutukirivu. But waliwo abagamba nti yes tuyinza okuba tuli bononyi but tetugenda genda maaso n'ekibi. So we have so-called men of God abali mu falsehood. Then tulina bali abagamba nti yes tetutuukiridde nnyo but we shall support the truth. Gospel eri ey'omusalaba eya Yesu Kristo we bamukomerera enjiri eyo etali diluted. Manyi naku zino enjiri bagyongeramu kasupu kasobole
ya
vibe muganda wange jangu mu church bachita hypergrace enjiri bwetyo. So we have artists aba supporting achiri, then we have artists aba supporting achino. Kati oba joining light and darkness cannot mix. One of them has to go away. Kati challenge with identity to another imi. That's why obabe ulira buno bukubo.
Onayo abayimba style ya Levikson baba na imba style yenzi kakana.
Sigamanti bale to mentioning a names mu bintu bino. Sigamanti wala imba nti style ya gundi oba style ya gundi. Nti baina makanisa mwe bava.
Ngagaina setting yayo.
Ngagaina setting yayo obanga batufu obanga abachamu. Obokitegera kwe bagendera kati nga ekiriwo kyekireetera those wrangles ezibaddewo but wrangles zigenda kati zivaawo because we've gone sitting down and trying to understand each other. Juzi wawulira tabu ne wisdom kaye obokitegera but then twamala ne tufuna engeri.
That is why I wanted to actually come in. Wisdom Kaye and President Lanek, where is the difference? Who is who in the gospel
industry? Wisdom Kaye is Vice President wange in the other entity jena kusose kugamba jena resigningamu. So when the president resigns, the vice takes over. Kati Wisdom na taking her over na Africa president.
President was
amani ga president Lanek ne gamusuka ko yagawa nedda sebo.
Mama amani ga Lanek gamusuka ko because Lanek ye sente weri na
sente didiwo. I'm not a broke man. So challenge our kolachi with a denzira. What's together? Yes. But we thank God that we've come to a table of understanding. You know, you can disagree to agree.
Oh,
yes.
When you're going to soke to song ya music, how are these people? Okay, let's say the music industry, gospel, tutugenzo laba bayimbi abamu bafunamu nagenda nayimba ku mbaga atenga embaga ebiseera ebisinga yatandikira kuba gospel kuba abantu ba gospel bayimba ennyo ku mbaga olw'ensonga nti ba reverend balingawo kati njagala manya how are they generating the money
since what
engeri ekiri tubadde mu muggalo ate n'amakyaki tegabaddewo
kati kankubuulire omuggalo guno gwajja in a way nga tewali agisuubira. It was like a bomb obostegera fina nekitukuba kyakuba omugagga nekikuba n'omwavu kyakuba oyo asula mu mansion nekikuba n'oyo asula mu muzigo obostegera. In a lockdown pandemic coronavirus COVID-19 whatever you want to call it has been so bad obostegera ekubye businesses tunulira art industry yonna omuyimbi asurvivinga ku bivulu ng'omusambi w'omupiira gwa surviving ogenda mu kisaawe n'asamba omukubi w'ebikonde the same thing agenda mu kisaawe n'akuba ekikonde kiki omusomesa agenda ku ssomero owakatale agenda mu katale. Lockdown we are all in our homes oba kitegeera kaakati netugezaako adoptinga kyetuyita the new normal which is the internet social media online on air oba kitegeera kati that's why nti sawa zino abaana abamu bafunayo akasente ku YouTube abaana abamu babayita okuyimba wantu on a live event on Facebook oba on air oba on ki ne basobola obbawaayo ki akantu but it's gone down kati industry yaffe ebadde struggling ate it's worse oba kitegeera kati bwetunulira secular industry kati batandise n'okugamba aba celebrities ba superstar ndikati ate mufuuse babega mufuuse baki embeera erina weekusukkako
n'olabanga oyina beera
oba olina kudda ku mavivi kyonna in order to do what in order to survive kyova olaba ffenna tubadde tulumba ggulu lwaki because wetubadde tulaba essuubi
wagenda eggulu
nayambala ekikutiya nengaba ndagala General Salim Saleh era nenyambuka
soko mpiseeko mu nsonga y'eggulu abagamba nti mwagenda okusika operation of creation
exactly
waliwo oluyimba lwe nawulirako lwa tunyonyola
Mr. Gulu
kati soko otwalire kati President Lanek ogenze eggulu
yes
kyekyali kikututa eggulu
ekyali kintuta eggulu bwe natunuliranga buli ekigenda mu maaso eggulu nga ndabayo only the secular industry owulirayo Kamilioni owulira Bebe Kulu owulira Fina Masanyalazi towulirayo omuyimbi waki wa gospel so I was like no we cannot sit down millions are being distributed to artists of what's together we need to rise and also go kakati the best way to do that was kuba mulanga and I went back to the Bible tugamba nti bw'oyambala kutiya ne weesiiga evvu oba okungubaga oba oli mu nnaku oba okitegeera so I basically did that abamu baali bamanyi munaye President Lanek agudde eddalu teryali ddalu munange were using the spirit of wisdom okusobola okukola ki
was the money supply has the
money is not there the money is not there because nze kyenali mmanyi nti bwe naatuuka eggulu general agenda kwata ekisawo kya ssente akituwe tujje tudistributingira abaana bali mu kubonaabona abaana bali mu kugobebwa mu mayumba abaana bali mu abalwadde abalina challenges in the gospel music industry naye the government is putting up a structure. It's putting up a system. All artists, obolichi, funa association mogwa. Association neyo take under UMAS. UMAS again under National Cultural Forum the other day. National Cultural Forum again under Chinaita Opa Aguni UNCC. What's together?
It's together buli segment jegena musende ngazeto lako.
Government etaddewo system because balina nabo we baagala okulaba art industry ng'etuuka omuyimbi olwaleero bw'oyimba oluyimba wenasooka lutwala ku media council basooke luwulira are you inciting violence olumbagana gavumenti oyimba owemudde nnyo ekisuse babosegeera kendeezaako kakati bw'omala n'olutwala ku UPRS bagiwa number plate babositegeera so that bataddewo system and structure nti industry industry artist asobola benefiting from the industry.
Kambuza kati sente zo muzifuna tugambe Uganda.
There is 37 billion shillings coming in. Okuva the government through Honorable Nabanja. It's coming to the art industry. Billion. Yes, Zali 47. Ekumi nezivaho wawulira ko ezaba promoters Zali 5.6 billion.
Nena wuli antiboba izo zona zo mulimu embirani nti
bibawo katika nkubulire wabawo kukayana always. Ne Yesu yagabe mmere wa Afrika ko. So you cannot satisfy everybody, but at least satisfy the multitude.
Let's see. The 37 billion ngazize was a gospel yetagako. And what are you going to use it for?
Actually, but it's 2 ways on now. 37 but 2 ways on now. Boba libulunji.
At the 37 zize tugambe baziba wani. Zigenda kukola ti president wotunula nula.
We need audio studios, that's one. We need video studios, yeah. We need an arena where gospel artists can, connect with each other, come together. We need businesses. Watch together, setting up projects, so generating a more income, or so supporting the gospel music industry. Yeah, so I basically see it. We can have circles where people can come, gospel artists can come, receive loans, watch together, go do whatever they do and bring it back. Never to have interest. It is okay.
Nayo ogenda no gama ntino bali baba yimbi babi naye okusizira ku reports zijja tuno entertainment shows ezili ogenda baba yimbi balina issues ezenjawulo.
No, katika nkubulire mabada
mu footage ezenjawulo.
Katika nkundonyola kino. Inze lanek nineti zibwechi. Walochi baita 5 seconds of fame over 15 seconds of fame or sisinkanye Joe Biden ko airport. Oyina obutikiti 15 kikyogenda omugamba ekigenda okukyusa obulamu bwo edakikeeyo. We have people aba meetings mu 7 ne bavaayo nga they are the same. Tulina abantu aba meetings His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ne bavaayo nga obulamu bukyuse forever. Oba kitege katosobola kumbuuza ekibuuzo la NEC of the 37 billion yagako meka nzagala zonna. That's my answer.
Olabira ddala ozeetaaga.
Exactly. Sijja kugamba ndi mpaako billion
ngato ziraba weziri
mbonye kate 7 nkubulire zetwagalako zagala zonna.
Now President Lanek, you are known to be one of the most successful and most rich people in the sector,
in the gospel industry.
First take us through where obulamu wabusanga kyokuba nti at least you're making it big in the money sector. Ngatabala bali mukaba.
Namanya nti ndi mwavu. Obo kitegera challenge ebeerawo is abantu tebakkiriza mbeera gye bayitamu.
We are living in denial.
Abantu painting okubeera obulungi. Obo kitegera. Yes. The first thing I knew is when you work with 9 millionaires, you become the 10th millionaire. Obo kitegera your circle mulimu bani, who are your friends? Bali bangoba mu nyumba yali ya mitwale 5 na ine simu yange today 2 quarters zino zi iPhone 12 na eluli twali nanga 3310 Nokia ngate kayatikanga okosa ka toothpick okunyiga amapesa kakati mu simu eyo mwali mu contacts bibiri obo kitegera mu contacts ebibiri zinali nina nenkuba okuva ku ngamba banange Amos bango ba mu nyumba nyambayo netaga yemitwale 5 Amos nangala neko nkubidde nga nakazijjawo awo nengenda ku B nokubira Bob naye nagamba na neko kimanyi mbakuziika oba kitegeera kakati natuka ku ara omuyimbi wa secular bamita Rasdi nagamba na neko jankuduka yampe emitwale 3 nendoza nti emitwale je 3 wenjikwata nenjizayo mu phone calls wakiri nkube paka Z nyizo kuba mpezeze 5 je netaga munange zona zagwerawo mu phone calls na buli omwana nnola mbeera nakwate simu yange eyo nendilitinga contacts zonna nensigaza contact emu ya Rasdi. From then nentegera nti my circle
is supposed to resolve
it's supposed to be great. Oba kitegera la NEC togenda kunsanga nga associating nja kwambala bulungi nyende ku Sheraton, nja kwambala bulungi nyende ku Grand Imperial, nja kwambala bulungi nyende ku Serena. Lwachi I want to connect with the greater me. obokitegera njagala connecting with the greater me buli lwobera n'abantu abali great around you they cannot permit you to suffer. Elijah yatambula ne Elijah, going back to the Bible, bwe yatambula ne Elijah yamugamba nti bw'oba oyagala kufuna ekyo kye nnina tambula nange. Oba okitegeera when you see me go, double portion will fall onto you. Bible tugamba nti Elisha yakola greater miracles okusinga Elijah. Oba okitegeera people are better than you because they know what you don't know. But when you humble under and know what they know, then you will begin to even be what they became. Oba nofuuka ate ekisukulumye kubo lwaki because otegedde enkola gye bakolamu ebintu. I was mentored by a man called Jamil Sechanzi. He's a multi-billionaire. He's living in the UK. Obulamu bwe bwakyuka. I humbled under that anointing. I humbled under to learn how to maneuver in this business world, how to maneuver in this. Let me tell you, today, what are struggling okufuna 15.
Very a number of people.
Naye waliwo afunya akawumbi ng'ate awulira tekamala. It's not done anything. Yes, kati, your circle is where the power comes from. Chensiba ngamba abavubuka balina amalala. Obokitegera omugamba genda okolere kino genda okolere bw'otambula n'omugagga, you must humble down to the spirit of servanthood. Olina okubeera nga bagamba nti ekikopo kino kijjeewo kiteeke wano, tomubuuza lwaki okikwata n'okizza wano. Era wayitawo second b nagamba kizeewo wekibadde ng'olina beera humble n'okikola, awo ojja kuyiga. Naye bw'oba kizze wano ate n'omubuuza lwaki awo ekiri tekiriwo awo nga obwavu bujja kutta.
President Laneka has actually reminded me of one of my favorite songs is Temaya's Gragra. Yes. The song says you don't want to work but you want to flex. You want to be a boss but you don't want to fast serve. And yet even the people the people who you're looking up to nabo basooka kukolera muntu.
Exactly.
Ate nga nabo baatoba.
Exactly. When we look at all the biggest people, abantu abakoze, omaye ekisumbwa industry. That's why people are like, Laneka kola mulimu ki. In this generation we are living in, we work smart, we don't work hard. Tugenda kunda bamu wino nga nsitudde ndibota. Because ngoyiriba. Because nebo jayo calculator. Omuntu asitule ndibota akola sente mekolo na kumbumutwalo. Omutwalo enaku asatu jemitwala asatu emitwala asatu emyezi 10 ze milioni meka satu mu myaka 10 ze milioni aga asatu. You can never buy a Mercedes Benz. Ostegere kakalizo omuntu wangana nti nze nkole emitwala asatu omwezi nkole emitwala 5 omwezi. I know what they're capable of because in my brains I'm already multiplying. Nimanya nti ono ne bwakola atya okubeera ekololo okubeera naggulu, that is not part of them.
Atano agenda olabanga buli wagattako
ettaka eryenaggulu is expensive. Obokitegera juzi nabadde nnoonya ettaka wano enaalya land kapiswe kati milioni 3.
Just a couple of
kakati bw'ofuna emitwalo asatu ze myezi 10 myaka milioni 3, you're gonna work your whole life. Obokitegera kakati bw'olaba omuntu ng'agula ettaka eyo genda mugambe, hi brother, how are you? Agamba fine. Agamba nti nze I support Manchester United. Newoba wagira KCCA. Newoba oli wa Arsenal. Olo chuka. Fuka nawe wa Man U. Ngambe I like the guy, I like Ronaldo. Olo mukwatagane. Obokitegera tandika okwagala byayagala. Uyambala bulungi otambule naye ajja kugatta ku sako ye enene. Kanku example. Muganda wange what's his name? Radio. Omugenzi yatambula ne baka million nafuko w'amaanyi. Obokitegera tudde ku muganda wa Fani Eddie Kenzo tudde w'amaanyi naye yafukaje w'amaanyi yagenda ne yeyunga ku Firebase n'ayimolima ne Mickey Wine yadde yakola na Bobby Wine. Obokitegera today Eddie Kenzo is big. Obokitegera humble under greatness.
And then the greatness will actually lift you.
Exactly.
Now that is where President Laneka I want to understand. Which among, if you were to look into your business cycle,
yes,
your business cycle, which business would you recommend anyone in Uganda, no government, wano waliwo ku ssente.
Wano waliwo ku ssente. Let them look for the numbers. The numbers. All people that are successful, they have the numbers. To the church, the more numbers you have, the more offering you'll get. To the supermarkets, they have numbers. People that are walking into game every single day, numbers. What is it called? To the concerts, abayimbi, numbers. So, whatever you're trying to do, are you going to attract numbers? Because in the numbers is where your provision is going to come from. Let's look at telecom companies. How many people are holding phones? If airtime is just 500 shillings times the population. So look for the numbers. This, if you want to be successful, it is a numbers game.
Okay. Simple thing. And I think that is also, but it depends again.
Let's look at people that are, getting money out of YouTube. You cannot get money out of YouTube going 500 views, 200 views. It's the numbers that's going to give you money. That is why we every day look for the numbers. When I meet somebody on the street, I make them my friend. I do not reject anybody, because the more numbers I have in my contact, the more money I'm going to make.
And the more cycle you're actually building.
And exactly, yeah.
And that one is a quick one. If at all you're looking for business tips, that is quite important. Until you know better than now.
Yes, and then the generation, when we look at the owner of Uber, Taina Motoka, you get, he doesn't have a car. People bring their cars and he gets the money. Let's look at, what is it? Let's look at B&B, Breakfast and Bed. That's an American company.
Okay.
Yeah, bread and breakfast. It's an American company. Guy Taina Mayumba. Yakwata, a group of people that have houses. Nababuza, osobola kuchazo omugenyi wano nasula naalya kumacha nagenda jagenze. So when we travel, we don't look for hotels. We look for bread and breakfast because they're cheaper. Nensule uwo, nekusasula echechiro, $2 oba $2.
Then nasasulako kuwa
kati naye nasasulako kunagaga B&B, and then they prosper. Obokitegeera. Yes. So you've got to sit down and think smart, create a business idea where you don't have to struggle, but making the millions.
And thinking smart is by joining Smart24. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Smart24 TV.
One more thing is, look at the supermarkets. Oli akera kumacha na zimbe chintu chinga chinene. Chi warehouse. Goa soft drink no take our free deal, no take away your kunywavyo. Nenga ya inako commission. Nakola chichimu. Obotegera owa sowani naleta wa fridge naleta wa TV naleta wa chichi no yingira more weight ngejudde ebintu nengo mugaga yazimba buzimbi kizimbe
nechigwa
gowa sabuni no muwako commission gowa gundi nawe no muwako commission, and that's it.
So that is greatly one of those bigger things that you need to understand more business, more so in the gospel industry. Your last assessments in regards, Kuba, we are winding up with the
Zensaba abasumba baffe bamanye nti before they come to preach, the gospel artist has to minister, or the musicians have to minister. We are part of that ministry. Stand with the gospel artists. Bwaba ina concert, bwaba ina CD za tunda, stand with them. Nsaba the Christian body abalokole mind tuli banji tujuza ebisawe buli asatu mulumu. Right now every Sunday church is going to be full, power packed, because we are many in numbers. Sabe chintu chimu muwagire abayimbi ba gospel. It's very, very important. Yes. And then I'm calling upon corporate companies, soft drink companies, start to understand we have the numbers. Come and sponsor the gospel music industry. Sponsor our artists. Mubateke kuzi billboards. Sponsor our artists. Mubakoze say in your adverts and all these other things, because you're gonna lure the numbers that they have of the Christians. And
those you've heard it from the horse's mouth. That is President Lanek, the president of the gospel music industry in Uganda. He has actually been giving us some of the key highlights in the industry. Lwaki ina challenges n'engeri gye tusobola okulaba nti moving forward for the gospel artists to actually benefit in the business aspect, because at the end of the day we all do something to earn something out of it, to earn some money or a living out of it. I'm Joram Paul Sonko, and to all of you, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Joram Paul Sonko. And thank you for joining us. We're surely going to do this next time on Smart Means Business.